Welcome to our channel Lightning Vision. Today Mother will continue with part 3 with her amazing wisdom, and she will help us to prepare our kids for the future. Welcome, Mother.
Thank you, Natalie.
So you try to teach us how to better prepare our kids for the future.
Yes, as I already said in the last video, adults nowadays do not realize what it means for a child to grow up in this society and to approach the age of adulthood, him or herself, because an adult in our society sees this through the eyes of an adult. So he lives this society being 30, 35, 40, but the child is 18. The child is 18 or 20 or 21. Then he becomes an adult himself, but he's a young adult, and does not live the situation the way you do. On the other hand, you have, as an adult, grown up little by little in this situation. This situation has become like it is in front of your eyes over 30 or 40 years. The child has not gone this path for such an extent of time the way you have. One day he was born in it. He doesn't know where it comes from, and he has to deal with it. Now, what I would like to emphasize is that the child nowadays has to live in what I would call a very inhuman society. And that's something we have never lived before for ages. I mean, this is completely new. When you look back, you can say 100 years ago, there was far more security. You were born in a family, the family had problems, but the society as a whole, this family was living in a society, and the society as a whole was far more structured. You knew when your parent was a tinsmith that you probably would be that also, and if you wanted to do something else that was possible, but you were limited but also protected by the social category to which you belonged. And then you married a girl or boy from out of your social environment. Life was far more gave a preparation naturally. There were traditions, there were ways of behavior, there were things you naturally did or did not do, and that was accepted and admitted by everybody, and that gave a kind of security. Nowadays, in the first place, for adults, the ideal is to have a lot of money, to be completely free to do what you want. This gives no certainty to a child, and that's what parents forget. They think giving all kinds of freedoms, things they want themselves, and money or material wealth to children will naturally make them happy. Well, it's the contrary. Because a child has not, for the moment, does not master all his tendencies, all his instinctive impulses. So that money that you give him, he will spend it on nonsense. And he doesn't see the problem. Because he does not have that kind of reasoning for the moment. He's too young for that. He doesn't see the consequences. He buys what he wants, what he desires, on the spot, without any further reflection. Many adults have that attitude. So that's even a bad example for the child. They stay children from that point of view all their lives. So material wealth, money, you will say that I always talk about that. Yes, because that's the truth in our society for many people, and even those who don't have it would like to have it. So that's what children are bathing in all day long. And it's not the best preparation for life. Because, on the other hand, modern life does not give the same security, the same traditional structure that we had in the past. And children somehow, and that's what I wanted to underline, are lost in this situation. And adults do not realize how much this is true. They do not understand why their children get out of hand, they use drugs, they go out with friends and come back at 6 o'clock in the morning, they exaggerate in all kinds of domains of life. Young girls, when they're 12, 13, start having friends, they take the anti-baby pill, and when they're 18 they already they slept with half of the village. We have no idea what's going on in the reality of children, because many children hide it for their parents. But that's the truth. They have no structure. There's only freedom. Many things are possible as long as there is money to do it or to get it. And in that kind of environment, that is extremely insecure for children. They absolutely don't know what to hold on to. Now, I'm not pleading for getting back in the same old patterns as 100 years ago. I would say we need new patterns, better patterns that are suitable for modern people. But just saying freedom and then you do what you want, that's the worst situation you can give to a child. And that's what adults don't realize. And that's one of the main reasons why young people get out of hand in this moment in time. Because they don't know what to do with it. Nobody knows how to take them by the hand and to say, listen, we're going to see together who you are and what you have come for. And that's what they need. And then I'm talking again about the world of the soul. Who are you as a soul? What have you come for in this life? What's your contribution to yourself and to humanity? And how can we prepare this in your childhood so that once you are an adult, you feel a part of this life, you feel a part of this society, you feel a part of humanity, and you want to give your contribution. But saying to a child, you can do anything you want, I have the money, I'll pay it, that leads nowhere. Children will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 studies, never end it. And they still don't know what they want. They use drugs to fill up the void. I exaggerate, but know that for half of the youngsters, it's in many different levels, this is the problem. And the other half, well, they try to copy what they see around them, and they study hard to get a job, to have money, and then they try to get their safety out of money and having a social status. And they will find out 10 years later that it brings them nowhere neither. This is a very hard way of seeing things. But it's the only way that will bring us to the truth and to seek solutions there where you should seek it. Because just going to a psychologist with your child, because the child doesn't function, 3/4 of the cases that doesn't work. Because nobody knows what the problem is about. And the psychologist is also having this job because it brings in the money and then he can do the weekend what he likes to do. And he doesn't care more. There are exceptions, of course. But we can all agree that the problems are far bigger than the solutions in this society. So I say no, it's again our philosophy. It's what is central in your life. What do you see as the future of your child? And then that's the direction we have to try to accompany him, to take him. But if you say to a child, well, you're free, and the more money you have, the more free you are, and that's the ideal, you will have exactly the contrary. Then you will create a money-minded child that will do any job that brings in the money, which will not create a better society neither. Or the child will be completely lost, and he will never find it somehow in his life. Or he will do things that he doesn't like, and that's what we are creating nowadays. And nobody realizes it because the children are still young. But wait 10 to 20 years, it will be terrible. There will be more people that seek solutions in cannabis than in a sensible life. And I think that's what we're heading for. Unless life interferes, and that's what life will do. We will have difficulties as a society to show us that something has to change.
Transform.
And that's what the education is about. This society is the model we give to our children. And that's what they try to adapt to, feeling, in many cases, not well at all.
Thank you, Mother. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to have a better idea about the whole process, like the education problem, I encourage you to go watch, if you haven't done yet, the videos about the environment. So there's about 7, I think. Mother talks in detail about each problems of the environment, but there's also like a place where she talks about the education. So I really encourage you. It will open your eyes even more, and you will understand so many other things, because all the videos have the same idea, which is, why we are here on Earth. So I wish you a very nice day, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Your whole life through, you all traces left in the sand, footprints marked out in virgin soil, hearing eyes without guide, fearless, straight ahead. You're a solitary rider. Yes, you are a solitary rider on the track towards life. No one else but you knows the path that you are following through the sun and rain and wind, drawing lines at once in dust and time. You're a solitary rider, just a solitary rider. If one day you decide to take a look upon the other side, a world will open that is new, full of pathways still unknown to you. As a solitary rider, as a solitary rider.
fearless, straight ahead. You're a solitary rider, and one day you'll disappear on the horizon. One fine day you'll disappear on the horizon. You'll disappear on the horizon.